Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Easter edition of Toy Geeks from my in-laws' kitchen because it wasn't working elsewhere. And John, it looks like you're getting a little pixelated, so hopefully everybody can see us right now. Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you. Yeah, you look fine right now.
Okay. All right. Well, so we're trying to work through these technical difficulties. Sorry, everybody. I'm out of town for the holidays or for Easter at my in-laws' house. But I still felt like we needed to talk about toys this week because there was just so much stuff going on. And just we have a celebration this weekend. We have new Star Wars toys. We've got new Indiana Jones toys and much more than that. So even when I am not at home and not with the most stable of internet connections, still going to try and make a Toy Geeks happen. But John, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just watch the Bruins get the NHL all-time game record.
Oh, they broke it?
63 games. Yes, sir.
Congratulations. I was listening to them talking about that on the radio today. But congrats to your Bruins. My Padres are currently kicking Atlanta's butt, which is great. No offense, sorry to any Braves fans. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to dive into today. All of it's on geekdadlife.com. We've also got an after show today that should be a lot of fun. Ryan Dole is going to be joining us because the theme of the show is going to be talking about that next Star Wars HasLab. And just kind of Star Wars toys in general. It was just we'll talk about all the reveals in this show, but I think maybe add a little bit more personal opinions in the after show. So I'll be excited to talk about that. And Dole is very opinionated, so I kind of wanted to. I wanted to give him space, or I wanted to talk about it with him. I don't know. I felt like I really wanted to talk to Dole about it.
We need some Dole on Easter.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's an Easter miracle. But anyway, let's say hello to the chat. It's hopping as always, even when my internet stinks. We got Mad Hatter Reviews here. We got King Panther, Mike Giorlico, VCG Cosplay. We got Tony Toponi. We got Brian, Frankie, Sue, LaBelle, Luciana. Oh, tomorrow's your birthday. Happy birthday. Dora Laxian, Angry Elf, BTG in the house, Joey Curiel, Emperor Shao Kahn, Cone Killer Confuser, Derek Hoover, Silver K, Mike Giorlico. We got Comics 1017, Studio Hinge, Derek Dazell, Snot Lips, VCG, James Lynn, J Mac is here, Thanos Copter, Slave Leia, Cougar, McGillicuddy, Andrews, Gady's Toys, Boogeyman, let's see, Scott, Tony Taylor Toys, Dominus Deacon, Jay's blonde out. No, it's just the light's like right over my head, and my hair is turning gray pretty quick. But I think it's mainly the lighting, right? Because it's mainly brown there.
It's yeah. You don't look that silver in real right? time in real life.
Yeah, just
unless there's been a major change this week, I haven't seen you.
Yeah, it's going gray, but it's not that gray. I think it's just sometimes if I have like kitchen overhead lighting right now, it's just making it go a little crazy. But anyway, the hair is a lie. Oh my god, Silver J, yeah, Silver Fox, that's me. I think you meant we're getting new Indiana Joneses. Sure, yeah. Anyway, didn't miss an appointment at the salon. No, I'm just gonna go gray. It's fine. I'm thankful to be going gray and to still have enough hair to turn gray. That's how I view it.
That's luck, yeah.
Yeah, right. I'd much rather have that. Okay. Spoonstick. Jay has been replaced with a faker version to shill more for Mattel. Oh my god. Yeah, I usually spell it the British way, the Grey. I don't know why I do that, but anyway. All right, John. got a lot to dig into, but we also have a giveaway today. Now, since I'm
Mhm.
traveling, I don't have it in hand. But if we hit a certain like goal tonight, and I'll have to trust the chat because I can't stream it and do multiple screens at the same time. But John, I'll let you pick the like goal. But if we hit that like goal, John, we're going to be giving away the latest Class 10 toy release from our friends at Phantasm Toys. They have made a absolute gem of a toy. If you are a Ghostbusters fan, hopefully, can you see this, John?
Yep. Yep.
It is the Terror Tub, the Class 10 Ghost. And I got to tell you, the second I saw this thing when they first showed it, I was like, yes, I'm in. Let's go. And, planned on buying this thing, but they actually wanted to send one in and they said we could give it away. So I'm going to give it away to a lucky viewer tonight. But it fits right in with your Fearsome Flesh, with your Kenner toys. And they threw in a canister of slime, pink slime, no less, which fits in perfect with your GB2 era action figures. And it's just a really great set. And it was just fun to play with the tub, as well as breaking out some old Kenner figures. It's just a really, really fun set. And not only does the actual ooze ghost sit well inside the tub, but you can take it out of the tub and you can put your figures inside of the tub. How cool is
Oh,
that?
that's cute.
So I love that. What's
That's
that?
some good consistency slime too.
It's good slime. It's really good slime. So really fun set. So big thanks to them sending it in, but giving it away tonight, John, to a lucky viewer. So I don't know. What's the like goal? What should the like goal be to give that away?
I feel like this has got to be a good one. This has got to be a high number, right? I'm gonna say an even 400.
400?
Yep. We gotta make them work for this one.
Damn, we don't even have 400 watching right now. Okay, if that's what you're saying, John,
400 yet. 400 yet.
We gotta hope the internet holds on tonight. So let's hit the like button, everybody, and let's hit that goal of 400 likes, and we will do a duck race to get the awesome Class 10 Terror Tub from our friends at Phantasm Toys. 400. You gotta
400.
get it. Ooh, I like this, Boogeyman. If we don't get 400, it's going to be an After Dark giveaway.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that sounds good.
People, make it happen. Make it happen. Now that GDL is gray, will he be able to stay awake until the end of the episode? I make no guarantees. We got to leave super early tomorrow morning to get back home. I got to work from the car tomorrow just because I don't have time off from my new job. So we're making it work. We're making it work. We got a $10 super chat from Extendar. No message in the chat, but thank you so much for the $10
wow,
super chat,
thank you.
Extendar. But those Terror Tubs are up for pre-order right now, or order right now, I believe, on Phantasm Toys. It's phantasmtoys.com. I'm doing a really bad job shilling right now. I'm sorry, guys. Let me know in the chat. But is it phantasmtoys.com?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure.
Or you can just go to Phantasm Toys Instagram and then find it from there.
Yeah, I posted a picture of it today on my thing. But anyway, definitely check it out. It's really, really cool. And I will be buying one myself as well, since I'm giving this one away. Yeah, it's a shill better. I know I'm doing a horrible job. I apologize. So hit that like button, everybody. Over 400 people now, so we can do this. Okay. You can a lot of people like twice. So Jack Knight, I'm not saying to do that because it's technically against the rules. But you can't do that. Monsters, the new location is really mess with this shilling game.
It's not against the rules.
Okay, John. A bit of news that was kind of like low key dropped. I think was it Friday from Hasbro.
I thought it was like Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
I only seen it on Forlom to Zuckus, and it had been the only place I seen it until, it seemed like it needed to drum up some more business to get some eyes on it. But yeah, like you said, this was super low key.
Yeah, yeah, and understandably so, right? It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
it's this huge pivot from this huge commitment that they made to plastic-free packaging. So if you don't know, this is the lead topic tonight because how can it not be the lead topic tonight? For better or worse, Hasbro has decided to return to window or plastic window-based packaging after making a big deal about switching to completely plastic-free packaging. Now, on this channel, we've kind of been in support of, well, we should reduce plastic waste. Absolutely. But is this execution maybe the best way to go about that? I think was generally summing up how we've always talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've never had necessarily like, this is, destroying toy collecting as we know it, because John, you and I are both openers.
Yep.
But I do understand from like a mock collector perspective, like what's the purpose? You're not even going to see the figure, so why am I buying these? Or
Mm-hmm.
buying two? But if I'm a mock collector, why am I in this anymore? But really, even for the openers, a problem started to happen where they had these little paper baggies and they would be missing accessories. I've had ones that I've bought miss accessories, and I know others have as well. So, there were issues beyond just not being able to see it, missing accessories, and then people swapping and stuff like that, which still happen on window-based packaging, but it was a little bit easier to tell when they were swapped. But I gotta say, I am shocked. I did not expect this. I did not expect this change. They're saying this is a new type of plastic that's more recyclable or something. I don't know how true that is. Trying to say face or what, but John, thoughts on this kind of shocking news?
Yeah, I am very shocked at this entirely. Like the fact that they're going to go back, even backpedal, from saying it's plastic free or nothing from now on. We essentially don't care about the mint on card collectors' feelings.
Yeah,
It's that was kind of what it was. But on the other hand, the way that I see this is Hasbro has now found out how expensive it is to essentially who's doing all the paper wrapping, the paper bagging.
Yeah.
Like it seems like there's a lot more hands-on work going into all this stuff rather than assembly line or a manufacturing line where everything is so automated. And it seems like there's a lot more hands-on. It's not a smooth process to do all this paperwork inside of a package and the taping and all the other stuff when they had machines set up to do figure packaging, processing, all that for years.
Yeah.
And then, flip the script. We're going to do it this way now. We don't really know what we're going to do yet. And we're going to put all the accessories in a little tissue paper bag. Well, that's a terrible idea, right? Yep. I think, yeah. Is that going to work? Because it's tissue paper.
Yeah.
So personally, I think that Hasbro doing this is they're saying it's costing too much or taking too much time doing it this way. We got to go back to the other way because we're already getting complaints about the price increases across on all products. If we want to keep this going, we're going to have to keep charging more and more over, the typical inflation increases. So, yeah, I think going back to plastic is financially a better idea for themselves.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're saying, well, we're not going to use virgin plastic anymore, meaning just brand new plastic for all windows, all everything, makes you wonder, like, why weren't they using any recycled plastic prior to this?
Yeah.
Because okay, so a clear window is one thing, but like like on a carded figure, especially like a Marvel Legends, like the tray inside that just holds the pieces there. Like, why wasn't that being recycled plastic prior to this?
Yeah.
Using brand new virgin plastic through the entire production process. Like, I think they should have touched on that more so, like said, maybe we shouldn't have done this whole time. Like we need to practice what we preach when this is going to be like their start again. Like,
Yeah, it's
okay.
almost like, hold on, reset, let's move
Hmm.
forward. I've seen this, A-List Angel, what A-List Angel A-List is saying here, that there's like some tax break or something like there's a 12% kickback if they go to plastic-free packaging or something like that.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know, haven't seen that, I haven't verified that. I just kind of saw it when I posted this episode today.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess that would at least makes sense. The just quick pivot to plastic free packaging.
Hmm.
All the potential pitfalls be damned. Versus what you're saying, John's like, okay, well, there's more environmentally friendly plastic that you could use
Hmm.
that would suffice. And so that it does change, or I don't know, just that's where it makes sense. The tax break thing, you're looking for a tax break, so you do
Hmm.
this thing, you're trying to get money back, you're trying to drive up revenue. And 12% on, I don't know, $1 billion in revenue is nothing to sneeze at, for whatever that is. But clearly, the whatever that trade-off is, it did not work out for them
Right.
economically.
Yeah. And maybe using recycled plastic for your packaging is a better return than the 12% tax break on using plastic free.
Mm-hmm.
If they said, well, for instance, like 1 ton of virgin plastic is, 20 grand,
Yeah.
but 1 ton of recycled is $1,000. So maybe they look at it, maybe there's a better advantage for using the recycled stuff over a 12% tax break,
Yeah.
saving money prior than
Mm-hmm.
at the
Yep.
end of the year.
Yeah. And it's probably too far back now, but Andrews Gady's Toys made a good point that, here we go. I got it perfect. The other thing, to rebrand and then rebrand again, is crazy expensive. I believe he has a marketing background or works in marketing. And that's another really good point here too. Like going back and forth, like the cost of that has to be monumental, right? Like
Hmm.
to basically completely overhaul your packaging approach 2 times in 2 years.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, this is just a lot. Again, I don't want to harp on too hard here on Mr. Cox and the Hasbro C-suite, but this seems like a bunch of boo boos.
Hmm. But don't you worry, Jay, because they're just going to pass the cost on to us.
Yep, exactly, right? Like, they'll put it there, and then I just think it's, like, how people are going to keep buying. There's this inflection point, especially as Hasbro inches up in cost, where people aren't going to follow. But at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe enough will, and they'll make enough money, and everything works out in the end. But at least I think in for the mock collectors that were basically left out of this new packaging design,
Hmm.
um they're able to be brought back into the fold. And I'm not a buy one to open, buy one to keep sealed person, or I'm not a mock person, but back of the napkin math, that seems like a lot of the adult collector community, right?
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. I mean, you don't see a 7 or 8-year-old kid buying a mint on card figure just to keep it mint on
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. um yeah, and Matt Bush, great point here. Spider-Verse figs aren't retro, but on plastic windows, so writing was on the wall. That was definitely
Hmm.
windows. So I was like, oh, why do they do window packaging there? That's interesting. Um, and then Boogeyman 13, great point here. My guess is their major buyers, Target, Amazon, Walmart, said this has got to change, or we're going to stop buying from all the returns and theft. Yeah, I don't know what that ended up costing Walmart and Target, but it's one of those things. Like, I hadn't had that happen to me. I've seen pictures of it on the internet, but again, it's like, what is that? Like, what's the actual percentage of that being a problem? But
Right.
it seemed like it happened, and it's just harder for people to know if the figure was in there or not. But
Right. Yeah, and if the person taking the return at whichever given store, they're not going to realize like, oh well, this is not the figure that's on the outside of the box, right? I can't tell. Like
mm-hmm,
because they painted 8 characters on the outside of the package. Which one is supposed to be inside? I don't know.
mm-hmm. Yep. Um, as Alpha Magnus, my job made everything free with a purchase and a paid membership. They realized that can't sustain a business, and they're charging for a membership, the product, and now the service. Capitalism. Like, yeah, it's at the end of the day, and this is always my response to anybody. It's just like hating on corporations being like that's what they do. Like it's this it's a capitalist society. It is not a perfect system by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think anybody's come with anything better so far. So it's what we got. So
Right.
For better or worse, I think what we can do as consumers in this system is vote with our wallet, give feedback when we think things are not going well. But at the end of the day, if the consumer isn't buying in a capitalist system, then that's not good for the company selling the goods. And this clearly, whatever all the different factors that went into Hasbro changing their mind about this, clearly was great enough for them to have I'm assuming, an insane cost of switching to this new packaging. Taking one on the chin in terms of like public perception, and whatever loss of a tax break by not having completely plastic-free packaging.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if this reverses course for any other company that may have, alluded to plastic free, or had a roadmap. Say Mattel or McFarlane, 100 other companies that said, "Well, Hasbro's doing it. It's been, 10 months, a year.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be going well for them until this past Wednesday," and they said, "Well, pump the brakes. We got to change course now because Hasbro, like you said, took one on the chin for every other company. Was the test market?
Yeah.
And
They kind of went out first. They kind of like,
so now all these other companies are saying probably we can't do this because we're seeing what's happening right now."
Mm-hmm. Yep. Capitalism allows them to make those ugly AF Christmas repaints. I definitely put my wallet on those. But people still buy them. But you know what though? The Halloween ones were pretty dope. The skeleton trooper,
Yeah.
he's cool.
Yeah.
He's
Of
cool.
all the holiday Black Series releases, that skeleton trooper was the best.
Yeah, for sure. Alpha Magnus is a fair point. Weirdly, as a Transformers collector and knowing many others, plastic free is fine for us as long as there are open windows. It does not work for 112 figures. Yeah, I think there's absolutely toys where you don't need Legos. Legos are a perfect example. They don't need, they dropped the open panel plastic window in years ago, and they're fine. As long as it has everything inside of it.
Right.
But yeah. It is interesting. The Christmas Black Series is the only reason that scale should exist. Oh man, Dole, my friend, I can't wait to talk to you later tonight. But yeah. Let's see. Mattel's Jurassic Park 30th anniversary went plastic free, included box figures. This makes me wonder if this will prompt a change for Wave 2. It just depends, I think. But Jurassic Park, and correct me if I'm wrong here, John, it has a fan base. It has an adult collector fan base, but it doesn't have like the same type of adult collector audience as Marvel Legends or Star Wars, like that has a history of a windowed box. Like, am I making sense with that?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's, I mean, when the first series of dinosaurs back in the 90s, it was in an open, essentially open window. It was it was almost in a cardboard tray, sort of with a back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think with the JP license, I feel like that's on its last legs. We know the movies are done for now. Whether they reboot again, who knows?
Yeah.
But with what's the Netflix one? It's Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, Camp Cretaceous.
Like,
Great show, by the way. It's a fun
I
show.
think as long as that is around, there will be some love for kids stuff.
Yeah.
But I think as far as like any adult collector stuff for the Jurassic license,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be on its way out.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. So that's that. Kudos to Hasbro, or whatever. I'm not caring about Hasbro, but kudos to, or at least I'm happy for the mock collectors that will have window boxes return. And I'm sure we will all groan and moan when figures that were released in plastic-free packaging are re-released in windowed packaging, and they're like, well, I gotta buy that again.
Yep. Take out the clown makeup.
Yep, paint it on the face. And yeah, poor indie, all released during the closed box period. Absolutely. Even though the boxes are kind of fun, I don't mind them so much. Yeah. I got my indie, an Indian and Tot, and I haven't gotten any of theirs one in yet. But you know what I am excited about though, John? I talked about it on our Yes Have Some's Ghostbusters Radio Live. But I am excited that Ghostbusters will have window packaging, whatever the new Firehouse movie, whenever those releases come out. Jeffrey Stalemate Ball, as a blind box enthusiast, I am upset by this change. Jeff, I think they'll still have blind boxes. I think this will be okay.
Yeah.
But anywho, John, let's jump into Celebration, because there were a lot of Star Wars and Indiana Jones reveals. I kind of wish I could have gone to London to be there, because it looked like a lot of fun. I got to do Celebration sometime. Maybe the next time it's in the US. I don't know. But so what do you want to dig into first here? A lot of reveals, a lot of Black Series stuff. I guess we could start with Black Series and really tick off Dole. But what do you think? Start with Black Series?
Let's do Black Series first.
Okay. First, I will say these helmets do. Can you see what I'm showing right now? Just make sure. Okay, good. I love the Ahsoka painted helmets. Love the end of Clone Wars. It's so freaking good. But I don't think I have room for them. But they do look really cool. But out of the big ones here, Jabba the Hutt is being re-released in a vintage card, as well as with the new Salacious Crumb. And really, this Deus and Hookah pipe and the Salacious Crumb, that was what you got with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. So basically, you're getting that here with the improved Salacious Crumb, with the Return of the Jedi vintage style packaging. Excited for those that want this in Black Series, but John, I gotta admit, I kind of wish this was legacy scale or vintage scale. Because we've got the Jabba palace throne, and I want a god dang Jabba to go on it, and not some one they released 10 years ago that all of them are melting essentially and are sticky. So I don't know. I excited for those that want this one, but I was like, this should have been TVC. What's your thoughts, John?
Yeah, this should have been TVC. With it being Black Series, it should have at least come with his actual, like, the throne piece that he sits on. Like,
yes.
Because now, once again, it's just Jabba on the floor. And it's every time.
Yeah.
Like the last time that Jabba was released with, with his, what is that? Is that his throne?
No, it's just like his little. It's the, I guess like his armrest with the hookah pipe and the
like the flat part, like the thing that he actually sits on.
I always thought it was, because that's the vintage one came with.
Right. And the last time that happened was that what was that line called? Like Shadows of the Dark Side, the blue box. And that's the Jabba that's all melty. That's the one
exactly.
And it still sells for like $300.
It does.
But it comes with Ula.
And
it comes with all the pillows and the Salacious Crumb. But like the first Black Series Jabba didn't come with a throne, right?
Well, so the Comic-Con one had it was like a cardboard diorama that kind of recreated the throne room a little bit, but it was all cardboard, and that like a little sleeve for your Han and carbonite and crap like that. but it wasn't an actual real thing. And
Mhm.
then the retail release was just a Jabba thrown in a big black box. It
Yeah.
didn't come with anything.
Nothing. You could see how little you were getting with that big
Yes.
window.
Those got clearance, I'm pretty sure, 10
Yeah,
years ago,
they
whenever that
did.
was.
So it's
Um,
like this would have been like a great opportunity for them to right their wrong, give
mhm.
Jabba his throne to sit on rather than, make him look this looks ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
Jabba looks just wrong not having a throne.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when his hookah pipe is there, because that always sat on the side.
I agree. I agree. No shiny plastic. The OG Black Series is not sticky. The last, and again, I understand Jabba was in the sail barge, but that was, a limited run HasLab.
He didn't come with that.
He didn't? I thought he
No,
did.
the barge, that didn't come with a Jabba.
Oh, I thought it did. So that didn't come with one either?
I don't
No way.
I don't think anybody in the chat that got a barge. Did that come with a Jabba?
Um, if that didn't, that's even worse.
I'm pretty
But the
sure
last time he
it
was
didn't.
go ahead, John. Sorry.
It didn't.
It
It
didn't?
didn't it didn't come with a
Oh.
Jabba, no.
Damn. So okay, so that set then was the last time he was kind of released, right?
Mhm.
The what series was that in?
I think it's Shadows of the Dark Side. It was from like 2011, 2012. I think
Yeah.
it was a Walmart exclusive.
So that one's sticky. It's like even if you bought it brand new in box or having the whatever plastic they use has been dissolving.
Mhm.
Okay, so sail barge came with Java. Barge came with Java. What is going on right now? People are all over the place. He came with the barge.
Okay,
Okay.
barge came with Jabba.
But still, that's not for those that don't have the barge.
Mhm.
And anyway, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not gonna harp on it too much.
You know what? I'm not collecting Black Series anyway, so it don't
Exactly. This
matter.
doesn't bother me. More Black Series things that are kind of silly. The end of Return of the Jedi, infamously, George Lucas decided to cut out Mr. Shaw, his Anakin appearance, and replace it with Hayden Christensen's. And, that we have decided to immortalize that in this 3-figure set. I do like the card backs. The card backs are fun.
Mhm.
But it's a no for me, dog. But what about you? What about you, John?
Yeah, it's a no. It's a no. I think they should have went a little throwback and did like the cinema scenes with this rather than
Ooh,
individually
yeah.
carded, in the green Power of the Force 2 box. I see. I think they should have gone with the first Anakin for this set,
Yes.
not the special edition.
I think, or do both. Give us Shaw and give us
Yeah, make
Hayden.
Shaw like the San Diego exclusive,
Ooh, yeah.
or that retail, and Christensen San Diego.
Oh my God, is the wooden railing BAF? I don't think it comes with that, does it? Is this a tease for the HasLab?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
It looks like real wood. I don't know if but still, I'm just saying. Hashtag just saying. No Shah, no moolah. Oh my God.
That's all I'm thinking about right now. If that was an Easter egg for the HasLab
Maybe. It says bridge not included.
with these.
With these. Oh my God. So anyway, cool if you want it. That's a pass for me. Love Cad Bane. Love his appearance in Book of Boba Fett. His first live action appearance. The figure looks great. But wrong scale for me. John, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, he still looks good. My first interaction with watching Cad Bane was from that. Yeah,
okay.
I'd never, because I still haven't seen Clone Wars or anything.
Okay.
I think he is a very cool looking character.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you, I'm not buying.
But
Not
3 3/4 inch, you bet. I think have they done it? I think they're doing him. Re-release of a Royal Imperial Guard. I think they've tweaked him a little bit. Looks good. Looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I might get one of these.
Yeah.
Well, this is that instance where like you don't buy one thing because you're collecting the entire series. You buy that one thing just because you enjoy that character. It's the
Yeah.
Dan Larson approach.
Yeah. No,
Um,
absolutely.
and the Royal Guards and the Gamorrean Guards
Yep.
are my two favorite like army. Even though Gamorrean Guards are still unique, but they're still sort of army builders.
Yep.
They're my two favorites of the Star Wars world
Yeah, they're cool.
for army builders.
It was always a disappointment that we never got to like see him in action. They were just kind of like standing there,
Mhm.
walking out of a room. That's it. Toy Collector says HasLab is vintage collection up. Yeah, I know it's not, but they could still use that set,
Mhm.
Force perspective or whatever. John, guard guy. Jack Black beard role play. I'd be all in for a Jack Black beard role play.
Mhm.
Anyway, moving along here, let's check out this Darth Vader, who again, oops, I went jumbo there. There we go. Looks really good. I know it's like the 75th Darth Vader they've done. It looks really solid. He even has like the little, cut off hand. But again, wrong scale for me, but looks great.
Yep. Yeah, it looks good.
Face looks good too.
It seems like every time they do another removable face shield and the helmet, it seems like they get the head better every time.
Yeah.
For Hasbro, because other companies like import companies have done this style.
Yeah,
but he does. He looks really good.
He does, and I like that the face has a bit of like a hybrid of Sebastian Shaw and Hayden. It kind of work for both, which is nice.
Yep.
But anyway, so that looks really good. This R2 is supposed to be the greatest R2 in the history of the world. I think it looks a little too clean for me, but I do really like how they incorporate all the little arms, and then you can pull up his Dome 10. You put the accessories inside there so you don't lose them. As someone that owns the original Black Series R2, that's a pain. I think I got a little baggy somewhere with his extra accessories. So he looks, I guess, more accurate, but this one looked too crispy clean for me. I don't know. What do you think, John?
Yeah, this does look way too clean. This is like the end of A New Hope ceremony.
Yes.
Had a bath, and he got waxed. And he's all shiny.
Yes.
This is too clean. But he
So
does.
maybe it's a hand painted prototype or something. Maybe it'll look a little better in its release.
He does look really really white.
And yeah, he's supposed to be scaled better too. Like they were singing this thing's praises. So I'm going to assume maybe it looks better in person, but the pictures just seem too bright.
Yeah,
maybe it's just blown out in terms of the pictures. Like too much lighting. Maybe to dial it back just a little bit, just a little bit. But anyway, moving on, we've got a new Luke who looks great. I love how they talked about how this Luke has like a swappable chest plate to do the little flap open. So that's awesome. This is like the 37th Jedi Luke. It looks good though.
Yeah, they've done that before. This is the second Luke with the flap half open. Yeah, or third.
It was funny because like we were driving to New York yesterday, and Conley, we were streaming it so that I know what to talk about tonight. And so Colleen kept asking, like, "Oh, is this the first time they've done it?" It's like, nah, I think it's like the 7th. Like all these they've done before.
Yeah,
like maybe slight little tweaks.
Is this the Luke that was supposed to come with the Rancor?
I think so. Yeah. So anyway, looks good though. Looks good. We've also got our Bad Batch crew. This premiered like the day before. I really dug the end of season 1 of Bad Batch. Season 2 felt a little hit or miss. Some were amazing, some weren't. I wasn't a fan of the conclusion of the season, but glad for those that want these characters. They do look really on model, if not looking slightly like unlike any other Star Wars figures right now. But they do look like the characters on the show.
Yeah, you can tell, like they're much more animated style, like an
Yeah.
animate. They have a really good animated feel. And I have not watched any Bad Batch. I think I watched the first episode of season 1. But is there much difference in like the Bad Batch characters? Not so much. What's his name? That's Omega
Which one?
on the screen right
Omega.
now.
Yeah, yeah. What do you mean difference by? Like, what do you mean?
Like their suits. Like a big difference between the first releases of the Bad
Oh,
Batch
yes,
Black
yeah. So like
series.
season 2, they customized them a lot more. They made them look less impure or Republic,
Hmm.
design. So they definitely changed them up in season 2. So it's warranted for another pass at these
Okay.
because they are different looks in season 2. But I agree, people in the chat, like I don't think we've gotten them in TVC yet. So like, let's get them in TVC, please.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, exactly. Black Series gets whole season 1 Bad Batch team and season 2 team before TVC gets Hunter. Why? Shakes face at the sky. Um, so anyway, um, moving right along. This we talked about. Yak Face was talking about this for a while. I don't know. The price that was leaked was 139. They didn't mention the price
Hmm.
officially yet, have they?
Not from this week. I haven't seen.
Yeah. But we finally have it now. The Mando's N1 Starfighter. And let's just maybe put the assumption that this is around 130 bucks.
Hmm.
Um, John, with everything that you get, including this carded Boba, I'm sorry, carded Mando with the new thigh guard, so he's like up to speed with everything in terms of how he looks now, plus this newly tooled Grogu, as well as this newly designed N1 Starfighter that allows you to either put your an R5 unit in the little spot up there, or have a little baby Yoda in there, plus storage for your accessories, plus the different paint applications, and the interchangeability of parts, plus the flight stand. Do you think this thing, it would be worth the rumored 130-ish dollar price point?
Um, will it be? Is it worth it? Do I think that this should sell for that much? Um, no.
Okay.
I would say
Okay, there you go,
seeing
130.
this. Okay. Seeing this all just like this right now, I would say like
Mhm.
110
Yeah.
tops. And again, I'm really only basing that on like what was released in the past few years. Like the not the most recent slave one, but the one prior to that, when the vintage collection slave one was
Mhm.
released for the second time, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think that was 150, but it was really good size, came with a
Yeah.
flight stand. And now that I see this, like I thought that this was going to be a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
Even like it looks well proportioned in
Yeah.
comparison to the show,
Mhm.
but now seeing it in scale with a figure, it looks kind of small.
Mhm. And it's a small ship
I know
though. It
it.
is a
Yeah,
small ship.
it is. It is small, and you know, missing the panels and everything, it makes it look even smaller than the Naboo
Mhm.
fighter. But I think 130 is a little steep, but it is still really really cool. And seeing it uh, in action a lot more with in the current season right now.
Mhm.
It drives my want for it.
Mhm.
You know, the
Yeah.
the stand makes me want it.
Yep. Agreed.
I think the stand is probably the biggest selling point.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where, like, to me, like, I feel like the figures, the carded figures, um, the flight stand and the ship, I feel better at the 130. Like
Mhm.
and Jace, I think you're right. It's like the Hasbro logic. Mando fig 17 bucks, Grogu 12 bucks, shipping accessories 100 bucks. Like, I'm okay. I don't feel like I don't and again, you can say, Jay, just you're painting clown makeup on your face. That's fine. But I don't feel like maybe some other ships and stuff like I was like, that's not worth it. But like for me, 130, it's a ship that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really badass in season 3. And you're getting these, new figures, and the flight stand it'll look really cool on the flight stand. And this thing makes me want to like keep the Razor Crest. Like I kind of want to have like both set up on a shelf. And yeah, I agree, Sean. Yeah, it's like this with the Razor Crest is be really badass. And it's funny. Again, we're driving. Colleen's sitting next to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting this." And she's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yep, I'm getting this. It's gonna happen." But as Slave Leia says, the last one sold for $30. So it's all relative on what you think. It's subjective on what you think is worth the 130. So I would not argue with anyone if you thought it was overpriced. I would not argue with you. But for me, it's not too overpriced to which I will not buy it.
Yeah. And when this first showed up in the show, prior to any new toy news, that original Naboo Starfighter was selling for $100 boxed.
Yeah.
So I would rather have the opportunity to buy just the ship, and then I'll just for $100 with the stand, rather than I don't want to say being forced to pay that extra money for the figures.
Sure.
But I don't need to have those figures, those ones, because there's plenty of others. I have a 3 3/4 inch Mando already that I could put in there because I'm only going to see him from here up, and I'm fine.
Yep. No, again, it's totally fair. It's totally fair. Like I wouldn't argue with anybody against it. Robert Monty, I'm sorry I didn't get this earlier. Again, I'm running on a laptop monitor. I don't have like my multi-monitor set up here tonight, so I do apologize. $5 super chat. Got my Ramen Racer order in today. Really excited for it. Do you guys have any slabs graded comics? Well, if you watch when I'm in my office, you can see slabs hung up behind me. I'm not as into it as I once was, but I do still have some. And yeah, the Ramen Racer I think is done really well. I know Ramen Toys were in the chat earlier, but kudos to them. What seems like a very strong first day for the Ramen Racer.
Yeah. It looks awesome. I mean,
yeah, I think they're in the sweet spot, at least for Ramen Toys, when they're filling in gaps that other toy companies haven't done. And so I think that's really cool. Arrive late. Where is Jay? I'm at my in-laws' house. I'm in their kitchen right now. Try not to be too loud. But yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna get. So that is that. This TVC 4-pack's pretty cool. But I gotta be honest, John. I'm kind of jealous I don't have the sail barge, so I'm like, I'm not buying these.
Yeah, same. If I was going to build a Star Wars Dio for my collection, it would probably be a sail barge with all the whole court.
Yeah, we get everybody.
Yeah, it's out of reach at this point. It's gotten way too expensive.
How much do those go for now? Because I was looking at those like, oh man, how much is a sail barge?
I think they're like $2,500 maybe.
Oh God,
for a boxed one, sealed. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe more. It's been a long time since I've looked, because when I saw that price, I just said nope.
Yeah,
not for me.
Oof, yeah, nope. I'm out. I was like, maybe it's like 1,500, which is still like I can't afford that. But these figures look great. They look absolutely great. A classic me move. We talk about, like, we joke on Craig, like classic Craig move. My classic me move would be to buy these and just stuff them away, like, because like one day I'm gonna get a sail barge, and then when that day happens, I will dig these out and I'll be ready to go. That would be a classic me move.
Didn't you do that with your Lightning collection?
Yep.
Waiting for a good Megazord?
Yep. And they're still sitting there taking up space. Oh my God. Exactly. And they gave 2 away at Celebration. I don't know if you saw that in their panel. Yeah, they gave 2 away. So funny point there on Justin. So I was like, I can only afford to do one HasLab for the first ever HasLabs. So I put my money on the Cookie Monster. I was at Comic-Con. I saw the sail barge and the Cookie Monster, and I was like, I'm in on that Cookie Monster. Let's go. Let's go. Well, we all know what happened there. Cookie Monster did not get funded. I mean, the sail barge barely got funded.
Right.
So there you go. The last sail barge I saw at a show was $1,800. So there you go. But yeah, I bought. It's like, you fool. But come on, it was like a life-size Cookie Monster. I have a picture of. I gotta find a picture of myself with the Cookie Monster at Comic-Con that year. It was so cool. Anyway,
maybe you'll get another chance. Maybe Ramen Toys will make a Cookie Monster.
It has to be like purple or something like that to try and skirt. Oh my god!
It'll be Cookie Creature. That's all.
Cookie Creature. Yeah. Oh my god! And that's how the cookie crumbles, Jay. I was just so excited because I missed out on those. Was it the Master Replica Muppets? They had the Kermit and Gonzo,
and those are super nice.
Yeah, they're super nice, and those are thousands of dollars now. Like that Kermit's thousands of bucks. I would still love that Kermit, but again, it's so expensive. Anyway, neither here nor there. We've also got, I guess he's just Chrysanthemum now. He's not Black Chrysanthemum anymore. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, a legacy scale, vintage scale, Black Chrysanthemum looking fantastic. And they did a Black Series one finally that looks great as well. But it looks great.
Yeah. It's kind of about time.
Yeah, a good year, 2 years late.
That's their MO.
Yeah,
they'll give us a really poor one that looks like a bootleg.
Yes,
and then do an official.
But still, he looks really good. I'll definitely want to be picking up that one. We got Neum Nub, and he's supposed to be super duper accurate. I'm like, cool. I still have my one that he did however many years ago. I don't need another one. But if you haven't gotten him yet, he looks really good. And then we've got ourselves a Grand Moff Gerard. Is it Gerard?
Maybe.
Looking.
What's
like
he from?
He's
that's that's OTC.
Yeah. He's towards was it end of Empire. He's the one that takes over, and then he's still rocking things in Return of the Jedi. He's there at the new Death Star. But anyway. An integral character. Glad that we're getting him here.
Jokey.
All right, John. That's all the Star Wars stuff. Any final thoughts before we move on?
No, I mean, good showing, a good offering all around.
Yeah, solid stuff. I just didn't. I'm so over Black Series. I will say I'm in on for those TVC materials. All solid releases for sure. 110 to go for the giveaway. So hit that like button. People, we're pushing 600 viewers right now, and we only need 400 of you to hit the like button. So hit it, everybody.
Hit it. We need 400 likes, folks.
Hit it. It takes two to make a thing go right. Burn it. So these were all pipeline reveals the last time they did a Indiana Jones fan stream or whatever they wanted to call it. And honestly, I think they all turned out pretty darn good. The first of these is this kind of deluxe set from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I love how I know in our Discord, and I noticed the first time as well, like looking at the idol, the fertility idol, like it's grabbing its butt. I never noticed that before. Totally shots. But you're getting a little bit more than the regular release already. I'm not getting this, John, but are you getting this?
I think I might.
Because the regular release comes with the fertility idol, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I mean,
but you don't have the stand.
I don't have the stand. The stand does it, just like the Starfighter. It's all about the stand. You know what the idol looks like?
What?
You saw Ant-Man and Wasp, right?
Uh-huh.
It looks like when they're putting MODOK in the chair from behind.
Yes, 100%, 100%. But yeah, but again, if you haven't gotten the indie yet, I think this is a great set. But for those that already bought the indie, it does feel like, oh crap, now I got 2 indies just to get a stand kind of thing. Oh my god, the same thing.
I wish if this came with maybe a little bit more, like not just the stand, like maybe a little extra bit of dio, like even if it was just like a sandy ground or something that could help it along.
Yeah.
Or if it was in a window box and it's posed out just like this, like in the
Yeah.
box, so you can see it
Yeah,
just
so
like
kinda
this.
display it or whatever with
Yep.
a nice cardboard backing the yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Totally. Um, what has been seen cannot be unseen. Screw you, John, for putting that image in my head. It's what we do here, Sunday
That's how we
nights at
do
9
it.
PM. I saw, they're doing those Barbie social posts, and
Mhm.
somebody did one of CoverGirl, but it was just saying that she's Joan Rivers. And I was like, well, sorry about that. 70 more likes. Let's hit it, people. That's a lot of likes. Hit the like buttons, everybody.
Told you we can get there.
Yeah, you saw it. You said if we build it, they will come, and they're doing that, John. I, listen, I love Marcus Brody.
Mhm.
He's one of my favorite characters. Belloc, glad he's not, in his ceremonial suit or whatever. But the one thing that has me wanting to buy this set, John, it's neither of these figures. It's I don't have a picture of it, but he has the book that has that's the Ark of the Covenant kind of
Mhm.
doing the Wrath of God thing. Like that scene in like Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite movie scenes ever. It's like of that the telling the story about the USS Indianapolis, right? In
Mhm.
Jaws.
Yep.
Like it's just one of those scenes where just like, oh, it's so good. And I just want that little book. So I guess I have to buy these 2 figures to get it.
I think that this is a great set. Like, you know, had they put these figures out individually, peg warmers,
Mm-hmm.
but doing them in a 2-pack together, sell out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. I hope so. Like this is kind of the struggle of Indiana Jones figures, right? You got one really cool one that everybody wants, and then a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
peg warmers.
Yep.
And this 2-pack probably, hopefully, maybe helps with that a little bit.
And this is a exclusive to. Is this a Pulse exclusive or?
I can't. Maybe it is. I can't. Maybe people in the chat can let us know. I feel like a lot of these are just retail releases.
I thought this one might have been a Pulse or Amazon exclusive.
Did Colleen put it on here? Well, it is for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse on April 13th at 1 p.m. Hasbro presents the new Men in Suits line of action figures.
And that's it. If Hasbro did a line of suited men, they would all sell out. You know why? Because characters like Tony Stark in his suit or Nick Fury in his suit,
yes,
have become pretty expensive figures because people just want a suited body.
That's true.
For head swapping or part swapping.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. It's Mola Ram. I don't know if we'll get them. I don't think we're gonna get them. But anyway, let's move on here to the next wave 2 of Indiana Jones Adventure Series, where we're not only getting Temple of Doom figures, but we're getting some of the new characters or looks from the upcoming Dial of Destiny movie, as well as a Raiders of the Lost Ark figure and a new build and artifact. John, I love the build and artifact. What's your thoughts? I think it's really cool.
Yeah, this is a really good idea.
Like we were trying to think what would be the template. This is perfect.
I know. I did not expect this when we were trying to think of like what a build a thing could be. Whether we're throwing out ideas like the cage. This is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. He looks really, really good.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's a heavy indie wave, though. This is a lot. There's a lot of indie in this wave.
Well, listen, you gotta have a shirtless indie. Okay, you gotta have like diarrhea indie, which is this one right here. Because Harrison Ford famously had, was it food poisoning or something like that? And
I don't know this. I don't know this story.
You haven't heard this story?
No.
And maybe more astute people will be able to clarify for me. But the whole when the Cairo fight scene and there's the swordsman, he's doing all the sword tricks and he says like and he shoots him, right? He apparently was like really sick and feeling miserable, and they had this huge choreographed fight. But he was so miserable, he was just like, "Can I just shoot him and be done with it?" And it was so much better. Yeah, so it's so they needed to shoot quick. Shot the swordsman as an impromptu idea during shooting. Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yes, and it was food poisoning. So this is diarrhea indie. This is what I'm calling him. But he even has like a shirt untucked. So we'll look at it. I think there's more pictures later, but love that we're getting a short round. Ki Hoi Wan is having like a moment. So super excited for him, and his figure looks cool. And we also got Old Man Indy looking pretty good. And I can't remember the new character's name, but she looks fine, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. She looks screen accurate.
Yeah.
All the indies look good,
They do.
They all are different enough to look, to make it worthwhile building that artifact. I'm surprised that there's another wave announced this fast.
Well, I think it's one of those things where they probably have to get as much in during this movie window as possible, because I think that's it.
You don't think that it would live on past the movie? No.
Nope. I think Helena Shaw. I'm seeing, yeah. I think they are doing the Ghostbusters playbook.
Gotcha.
Whereas, it's not an evergreen like a Star Wars or a Marvel. It's we will go hard when there's a movie to support it. Like we're Ghostbusters, from what I understand. Like I'm not in the room where it happens, but I've heard things. Ghostbusters did really well. Like the toys did well. But even still, they are going to wait for the new movie to come out before they do new stuff with it. And I think the same will be true for Indiana Jones. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'll be wrong. But that's what I think.
Yeah. Makes sense. But it's just, I think it might be, a little crushing if say this was the last and then we didn't get at least a Willie and Senior.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Henry Jones?
Henry Jones, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting him. They did the pipeline.
Oh, he was in a pipeline?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get the we're getting Dr. Henry Jones. There's more stuff coming. 6 more figures, yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting more. But I think that's why they're throwing them out. They're throwing them out as fast as possible, because once the movie is done, I think they're done.
They all look good. They all look really good.
Yes, they do. All right, John. There's some MOTU news as well, because we have our next Mattel Creations exclusive figure, He-Skeletor, dropping Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We kind of all knew this guy was coming. People have also noted that he is wearing GDL colors, light blue, purple, and yellow. I love that. And even without that being a thing, I will be ordering this thing, and I'll be taking a lunch break, an early lunch break. I will be in my house. And if you're up to it, John, we will do a live stream purchase experience for He-Skeletor.
We have to. If
We
you
have
can
to.
do it, we have to do it.
Yes.
We've done every other one with the
Yes.
toy sweats.
Toy Sweats Live, baby. So
We can do it.
book your calendars, hit the subscribing bell. Let's hang out and be stressed out together Tuesday. So yeah, clearly Mattel's listening to GDL, ripping off the color scheme. But I kind of feel like, yeah, it's the GDL mascot here. It's in GDL colors.
Right?
How could it not be the mascot?
Can we get a little hat made for him?
Yes, a little GDL, snapback hat. Yes. We're 35 likes away. Hit the like button, people. Otherwise, it's going to go to the patrons in the after show, and I'm sure they won't mind. All right, Rick Jones wants to know, explain this thing. John, do you have a background of He-Skeletor? I understand he's a comic book character, alternate reality thing or something like that.
I have zero input on He-Skeletor. If anything, I would guess maybe he's another character from that the German.
Yes, I think it's something like that.
Ladybird comics, or the little, because they did not just mini comics, but they had sort of golden books. The little golden books. The company Ladybird. I would guess from there, but I can't say that's definitely where he's from.
Yeah. TLDR, Keldor became He-Man. Yeah, it's like Keldor as He-Man, and then Anti-Eternia He-Man as the bad guy or something, right? I think.
Oh, so
he fights Anti-Eternia He-Man.
Okay, so he's the protagonist too.
Yeah, he's kind of that. What was that? What was the DC universe where Lex Luthor's the good guy and Superman's the bad guy? Right? What, like Earth? Which Earth is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's like Lex Luthor is the Superman and Superman's like Ultraman. Ultraman is the bad guy.
That's like is that like the Crime Syndicate?
Just Earth 3. Thank you, Earth 3. So precedent for that in the world of things. There you go. But I'm digging him. Shill. The Geek He Dad. Hyper Energy, proof of shilling He-Man in GDL colors. Oh my god. Oh man. So Mad Hatter says it'll be up for at least an hour. So John, let's put in our predictions here. Do you think this thing sits or will sell out quick?
I'm going to predict a 30-minute window.
30?
Yep.
Okay. Hatter says an hour. Are we doing prices? Are we doing Prices Right rules?
Sure.
So you did 30. Hatter's an hour. I'm gonna say I'll be that jerk and say 1 minute, Bob.
1 minute.
I think it's under 30. But Frog was up for 30 to 45.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know if this is pre-order or not pre-order, but made to order or existing stock.
Yeah, because Frogger had that weird thing where some shipped right away, and for ours we waited like 2 months or something like that.
Right. And probably hence the 30 or 35 minute sellout.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick with 30 minutes.
I think 30 is a good guess. I was either a 1 or 31. I'll just split the difference. I'll take the front end of that. And I will agree, the Frog is pretty sexy.
He's a cool figure.
He's a cool ass figure. Speaking of which, Matt Bush sent in a frogmonger to the channel. You and I already have one, John. So it'll be a giveaway for next week's Toy Geeks. It was going to be this week's, but Phantasm Toys sent in the Terror Tub. So next week, the giveaway will be a frog monger.
Awesome.
So book it. Hit the subscribe and bell so you don't miss it. 5 more likes, people.
Ooh,
we're
gonna
so
get there.
close.
We're gonna get
to
there.
a giveaway. Whew. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. James Lynn says, I have a hard time seeing this being in much demand, given that it's more obscure. Everybody already has a He-Man mold. It's basically fake with slightly different colors. But it looks, yeah, I guess so. You're probably right. I want them, though. I want it, though.
Still want them.
I need it. One more way. This got to be, we're going to hit it. It's going to be hit.
Yep.
401. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, you all did it. I didn't think you could do it tonight. I really didn't think we could do it.
I had a good feeling.
John knew it. He called it. He called his shot. Like Babe Ruth in the World Series. He pointed those outfield walls. Yeah, D&D is at 50% off at Target. I don't know if I would still. I spent full price, so who the hell am I to talk about it?
I'm still probably gonna pass.
It's probably the wise choice. Even though I did see the new Dungeons and Dragons movie this week, John.
Yes.
Absolute joy. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It looked a ton of fun.
It's a good ride, and it's a really good Dungeons and Dragons movie. Like, it's not just trying to be a stupid action movie. Like, it felt like a good Dungeons and Dragons movie. And
didn't it got good reviews, didn't it?
I think so.
Prior to release.
Yeah, it's gotten good reviews. But it was a blast. It was an absolute blast. Cast was great. Everybody was casted perfectly. And even had maybe possibly a cameo from those very figures that are being clearanced right now.
Oh. Have you watched Tetris yet?
No, I need to though. I do.
Yeah, that's also that's a fun watch too.
But it was really good. It was really good. I've been more of a casual D&D player. I don't know it inside and out. But from my like D&D friends, they're like, there's so much stuff in there, which is great. But even if you're a more casual player, or even my wife who has never played D&D, she loved it too. So like it works on a lot of levels. Really fun movie. Highly recommend seeing it in theaters.
Seeing some of those new toys, even like not seeing the movie, like some of those new toys from that movie, like the eyeball with the all the stuff.
Yeah,
that just looks like a fun figure.
Yeah, yep, it's really good. All right, John. It's been hit or miss with you, and so I'm just gonna say it. I just got to be honest with you, as your friend, that it hasn't been the best.
Real friends tell the truth, Jay.
So I have a few accessories here, or accessories, as some people like to call them. Sent in this time by our good mutual friend Comics. Sent these in.
Okay.
And it's 4, or I guess no, it's 5 accessories. I gotta kind of move them around here. Oh no, it's 3. It's 3 accessories. No, it's 4. I don't know. He kind of has them grouped together in these pictures here.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah, it's 4. But he kind of doubled up some of them. But anyway, let me pull this up. I gotta have the answers ready. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, John, I don't have the music because I don't have my soundboard. So, should I just do it without music?
Yeah, well, we can just wing it because you got to stay quiet too, right?
I'm gonna be so fucking loud. I'm gonna wake up the whole damn house. It's that time again. It's time to stump John as his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert. And he hasn't been much of that lately. We have to test him in that in a segment we have to call Stump John. So everywhere, all around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to stump that John. All right. Again, these were submitted by comics. I've got a few since him, so don't worry. We will get to those. Don't stress it. But these ones were submitted by. I gotta hide the sidebar. And he kind of just threw them all, most of them, in within two pictures here, John. So just,
Okay.
it's not like separate pictures for each accessory. So here is the first image.
The silver gun. I think that's Bucky O'Hare.
Where are you at? Yes, it is Bucky O'Hare.
The side, is that a purple side?
It looks, yes. Oh wait, I'm sorry. The purple side is just for scale purposes.
Oh,
so it's not. You don't have to do that one.
Oh, thank God. The fast food thing. I don't know.
Okay.
Is that from The Simpsons?
No.
No. The Simpsons would probably say something on it, like Krusty Burger.
Yeah, probably.
The snake. I'm getting. It looks like. I don't think he came with a snake or anything like that. It has vibes of Napoleon Bonafrog colors from Turtles.
It does, but it's not.
But I don't know who that goes to.
Yeah.
I know the gun. That's it.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next pictures here.
Well, that's Swamp Thing.
Yep. You're correct.
The other thing looks like it looks like one of Firestorm's arm attachments.
Let me double check. Yes, it is. Do you want to guess which line it's from?
Which Firestorm?
Yeah.
I don't believe it's DC Classics.
It's not.
It's not DC Direct.
Nope.
What's that other series that was sold? It's Mattel.
It is Mattel.
What's that series? It's not JLU.
It is JLU.
It is JLU?
Yeah.
Did they make a Firestorm in that? What was that? Remember there was a series. I think it was 6-inch scale. They sold on a Matty Collector. Where the figures came with like a bunch of accessories.
I don't remember that one.
What was that line called?
But it is the JLU.
It is JLU? Okay.
So you've gotten 3 out of 5. So you've already successfully done Stump John. Do you want to take another stab at the ones you don't know?
I don't think I'm going to know.
And the fast food.
I don't think I'm going to know either of those.
Okay. Well, we've already won, so.
The snake is not like Jake. It's not from a Jake the Snake figure.
It is not.
All right. What are they?
It is Mattel Young Justice Kid Flash for the food bag.
Would have never gotten that. No, would have gotten that.
Let me double check. The snake is Bandai Power Rangers Evil Space Alien Snizzard.
Oh, that's one of the newest ones.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that either.
Well, there you go. There you have it. But hey, listen, you were successful, and I'm proud of you, John. Like it was real solid. This was vintage, John.
DC Total Heroes Insight. That's it. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. But anyway, I think it's time for y'all. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Comic says it's Snizzard from the 90s series.
Oh.
I was thinking Lightning collection.
Gotcha. All right, I'm shortening up. Here we go. All right, so it's time, people. Get your names into this form if you want this terror tub to win tonight. Everybody gets to enter because we hit our like goal of over 400 likes tonight. You all killed it tonight with the light goal. So congratulations on that. I do need to get the duck thing set up. So again, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds there to get that going. But John, you have the floor for a second while I get this duck race set up.
I have the floor. I just read who just said that? Somebody just said that Bryan Cranston voiced Snizzard in Power Rangers. Billy Cranston. Hold on. Because I was going to say, when did Malcolm in the Middle start? And Bryan Cranston was voicing.
Well, Bryan Cranston was in the movie.
In the first Power Rangers movie?
The rebooted, the one in the 2010s.
Oh, the one with Elizabeth Banks was Rita.
Yeah, he was Lord whatever, Zordon.
Bryan Cranston did voice a monster. That's crazy. He's like
he's had a long career. He was on Seinfeld. He's been around forever.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember him on Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Ralph, tap me in.
We're talking screens, Ralph. I'm sorry. Let's see. 1, 0. All right, everybody. Are you getting your names in? Let me check, see how y'all are doing. We got 130. Go ahead.
I was going to say, for anybody that joined late that didn't see what the prize was, what the giveaway was.
I still have it up, or did I close it out? Hold on. Let me pull it up. And yes, so the prize tonight is this wonderful and glorious Class 10. Where are you at, StreamYard? There you go. This is really difficult, by the way. I hate doing it off of one computer. I think there I am. I can't find it. I have like 7 windows open on one computer. Here we go. Yeah, this Sweet Terror tub from Phantasm Toys, an $80 value. And it fits right in with your vintage Kenner Real Ghostbuster figures, especially your later years versions. But it's freaking cool. I did not buy it, and I will absolutely be spending my own $80 to pick this thing up.
That looks so cool. It's amazing how, I mean, Phantasm, Tony Taylor, and Beducci are doing amazing work.
They really are.
And I mean, that looks like it looks like a production, an act like factory made, not so much handmade, one at a time. It looks so good.
Yep. And the slime's great too. It's good slime. It's good slime time.
Does it have that slime smell, that classic slime smell?
It does have a good slime smell. So that is what y'all be winning. Last chance to put your names into the form that I just put out there. Let's see, we got 155 responses. So you better get them in now. This is your last chance to get your name in. I just posted the link again. As I get the spreadsheet, and we're going to have ourselves a duck race. What's going on, John?
This duck race is going to be packed.
It is. All right, Darren Frank, you are the last one, my friend. So let me plus you in. Let me edit the list. Let me share that screen too, so you can all see that I'm doing this. So there's no funny business on my part. So let me share my screen. Get to the duck race. There you go. So here we go. I'm going to copy and paste in all 161 people. There's 160. Oh, that's right. It's 160 because the first list was name. But anyway, so there is everybody. Now, again, the rules are whoever wins the duck race needs to be watching and needs to call it out. And there you go. So here we go. You ready, John?
Ready.
Done. And we're doing this for 1 minute. So let's see. Set for 1 minute. And here we go. May the duck race odds be ever in your favor. That's it. There we go.
There's some strong ducks coming right out of the gate.
We got Slave to Leia in the lead. I'm seeing Mike Hex there, Charlie Weaver, Ivy Dog, Columbus, Space Cowboy, highly articulated. With Charlie Weaver going up in the lead there, Space Cowboy as well. We got Toy Collector Magazine in the race.
Man, Ivy Dog pulling ahead.
Yes. Is it Ivy Dogs to win? Ooh, Comics coming up in the lower half there in the Strawberry Duck. Is it Comics is to win?
Quick.
Oh, he can't take the lead though. Ivy Dog's still in the lead.
Can't spend so much energy like that.
Oh, Comics is taking the lead. Oh my God.
Oh, who's coming up in the back?
Is usually like a person really driving hard. Oh no, Toy Reclaimer.
Toy Reclaimer.
Oh, I think it's theirs. Oh.
Oh, that was a good race.
That was a really good race. Comics was like it was his. It was his for so long. Anyways, can you still hear me? I lost the audio on my end.
You lost audio?
Yeah, but can you still hear me? That's all that matters.
Yep, can hear you.
Freaking Dole was so close. So where Toy Reclaimer? There you go, Toy Reclaimer. If you can shoot me an email, geekdadlife@gmail.com. We will get this bad boy out to you. And again, thank you to Phantasm Toys for giving us one to give away. But that's it, John. That'll do it for this very scrappy episode of Toy Geeks. Again, Ryan Dole's jumping on with us in the After Dark to talk about that next Star Wars HasLab. And we'll go have some fun over there in the After Dark. For all of our patrons, there's a link to become a patron. Got a couple new patrons while we were streaming tonight, including who are my new patrons here? We got Toy Wander and Daniel McGovern, our new patrons. So thank you for our patron. But for all of our patrons, we'll see you in After Dark. For anyone that isn't, that is okay. We'll see you all Tuesday, a little before maybe 11:10 or 11:50 a.m. on the 11th, as we gear up for the toy sweats, as we try to order He-Skeletor. And Hatter, you're invited as well. I know you'll do an actual order video. If you want to hang out with us a little bit before it goes live, whatever. You're invited too, my friend. But anyway, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, even with our technical difficulties. Hopefully it's still streamed okay. And for patrons, we'll see you in After Dark. And until next time, hasta luego. And goodbye. Take care, everybody.